something to do.
My. An experience like this is extremely humbling, not just because there are so many people who are here tonight and have contributed to this joyous occasion, but also because I think I represent a lot of people who deserve recognition. They say 28 years of swing shows, they sort of blend together for me. I don't know how many there have been. There are some people, though, that I do want to recognize. And the first of these is Mr. Denning Hanna, because the two of us, in some of our weird discussions of one year, said, hey, wouldn't it be kind of neat if we tried to do a nightclub kind of concert? And from those kinds of comments, this grew. And the first year that we did it, we had people all the way out to the playground waiting to get in, and we were running around this place trying to find every chair we could find to seat all of the folks. Now, we didn't have this big an auditorium, because those of you who are a bit older may remember that about halfway back, about where the band room doors are, was the end of the gymnasium. And the baskets ran this way instead of this way. And we had one pile of people in here that first night. From that has grown this experience. And another set of people that I want to recognize are Bruce Bryant and Steve Dickers, who have been with me most of the years that swing show has been a part of this community. And the accompanists who have been a part of this, Katie Ballman, who I think has been accompanying for us from the beginning, David Bodenclass, and a whole group of students and adults who have come and helped put it on. These folks are as deserving as any individual person, and I'd like you to recognize them with applause. And finally, I am a teacher. I never really talk about myself as a music teacher. I talk about myself as a teacher who teaches music. We, in the performing arts, get recognition that a lot of teachers who only work in the classroom never enjoy. And so I like to think that what you see here tonight, the young people who work in the shows, who have done things such as run cameras for us, run sound systems, and so on, are a result of all of the teachers who have worked in this community. And each one of them has brought their special expertise to making these young people the best they can be. For those folks, too, I would like to recognize. And last but not least, this has been a ball. Mr. Bryant had said to me, don't be surprised if you have to say a few things. Well, you can't really prepare for something like this until you go through the experience. I hope all of you will go home tonight remembering this experience, remembering the good memories that it has brought back for so many people. I've had folks come up already saying, oh, gee, you remember this and that and so on. But the experience of this evening has been one of the great joys of my life. I thank the class behind me for instituting it, for deciding this is what they wanted to do as their random act of kindness. And I just am so thrilled to see all of the people who I've worked with and who, frankly, I've forgotten a little bit until they show up here on the stage, and I remember, ah yes, Fagin and his last aria, wonderful. And I hadn't thought about that for 15 years. Those kinds of experiences are things that I have appreciated much more than anything else. And now, my wife and daughter always told me that I talk too much. So, thank you for being here, particularly the performers. Thank you for sharing your talent with us, and to the class behind me, thank you.
We're not quite done yet. Mr. Wilson, if you could help escort him down back to his seat, we're almost done.